The S&P popped above 5,100 during Friday's trading session, setting a new record. Nvidia crossed the $2 trillion market cap line. Dan Deming at KKM Financial is watching all the action for us. What's happening now with the market?
Well, as a carryover, Angie, when you look at last week, we certainly had a reversal of sentiment in the market on Thursday after Nvidia earnings really took some of the bearishness that was in the market early in the week out of the market. And so that's, I think, short term, I think, again, positive as we continue to realize upside momentum. I think it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, though, as now we're getting to the end of earnings season, and some of the other key elements to the market this week will be data points. Data points will be the driving factor, along with the Fed speak, as to how the market could react, particularly later in the week with the PCE inflation data coming out.
Dan, what economic data could move this market this week?
All eyes will be on the PCE data. We get a couple of different points on Wednesday, as well as the heart of the data on Thursday, and that's the Fed's preferred measure of inflation. And so I think that that's going to have a significant impact as to the potential to either reinforce the data that we did get a couple of weeks ago when you look at CPI and PPI, or negate some of the concerns about the short-term shift in inflation as those data points roll out, Angie. So that and a couple very interesting Fed speakers next week that are going to be on tap. So the market is going to shift its focus to the Fed next week, as I think is by and large we're pretty much through the earnings cycle.
Should investors be encouraged that the VIX relaxed last week?
A little bit, but I think one thing, Angie, that I do want to point out, if you look over the last couple of weeks, the range in the VIX is creeping higher. It's at the top, really, we're seeing a pickup in implied volatility somewhat. Nothing outside of something that would be overly concerning, but we are seeing a little bit of a shift there, Angie, and particularly due to the fact that short-dated or historical realized volatility is rising as the markets have realized some substantial price action here the last couple of weeks, both lower and higher.
Thanks, Dan, for covering the market action.
All right. Thanks, Angie. Thanks for having me.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.